Welcome to another episode of Trim Chix Radio, where we trim the junk but keep the real. We are your hosts, Miss Melissa and Rose, and we'll be live with you for the next hour. Sorry for the technical difficulties every time.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. It's Rose on the line. How are you? It's hump day. Wake up.
Right now, I cannot get our Facebook Live going. So if you've been hitting us up through Instagram saying that you're excited about being part of Facebook Live today and asking us questions, we're going to work this out while we're doing the show, but that's just part of the fun. So I'm going to keep working on it and we'll figure it out.
All right.
So Rose, what are we talking about today? What's going on?
Today we are talking about patronizing small business, the good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay.
So which one, what do you want to start with first? Because,
Well, first, I want to start with, what is a small business? I know, there's some, you can walk into Whole Foods and still be patronizing small businesses if you go into that little aisle that says Shop Local. But then when you think about it, they're also in, 27 Whole Foods. So are they still a small business? Are they still, is that who we're focusing on? So, what do you consider a small business? What makes you feel like, okay, I'm in this mom and pop shop or this small business or whatnot?
Well, for me, this is my personal definition. A small business is something that's not as big as Target or Publix or Harris Teeter, like a major corporation. So, but there's a specific definition for it too. Hold on. I had it up here. Sorry. I have a million things going on. But for me, in my personal opinion, that's what I consider to be a small business, something that's on a smaller scale that, can't mass produce like Chips Ahoy or Oreos,
Right.
So.
Is there, certain things that you purposely, stop small for? I like getting this from someplace small rather than going to Walmart or
Yep.
big grocery store or whatnot.
Yep.
Buy this.
Like baked goods. Hint, sweetie Hugh. Because when sometimes, and I'm not knocking, if you go to Target or Publix, the cakes are good, but if you want something more specialized and more personalized, your small business will take good care of you. So that's what so baked goods, sometimes hair products, skin products, because they're not being mass produced on this large scale, and especially the ones that they make it by hand, they take their time and they put the right ingredients, and it's packaged nice, and I don't know, I feel like the ingredients are a little bit more potent because, it's not like a machine that's putting it together.
Agreed. For me, I like my jewelry because I like it when people are saying that I have on something unusual, something different, yada. And then also food. Maybe it's because of working in food and beverage for so long, I appreciate what goes into a small business doing something as opposed to a chain restaurant. You can go to an Italian restaurant, we're not saying any names, that has, you're getting the same menu each time, every place you go, but it tastes like it's mass produced. Whereas if I go to this mom and pop restaurant or DuPont Italian Kitchen in DC or something like that, even though they have 3 or 4 restaurants, you get that individualized, like, this is what we're doing here. So I agree. Any place where I feel like I could be known. And then there's a few, like, big corporations that try to do that small feel, and they do it well. So Ace Hardware, they're a good one. They have this huge local thing. They keep it as a small mom-and-pop hardware store in each neighborhood. I think they're even set up where it's, like, individually owned, kind of like in their franchise and whatnot. So it still gives that, like, neighborly, let me go here, figure out what's going on kind of vibe. So I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. And the major corporations that are franchised, you do still, in some of them, you do still get that small business, personalized type service. Sometimes they cannot deviate much from the standard, which is, why it's a franchise. But what makes it personable is if you walk into the store and the manager or the franchise owner makes it a point to get to know their local community. They have events, they're just very involved in the community, and so that's what makes people gravitate to them more.
Right. But so we're saying all this pretties, and this is what a small business is, and this is why we shop small business. But, like, at what point, it's not all good. Let me just go ahead and say it. Let's go ahead and get real with it. It's not all good shopping with a small business. So what we want to focus on this show is talking about the good and the bad of shopping with small business, and maybe hashing out some of those problems, shed some light to it, figure it out as a customer when you walk into a small business and get hit with these obstacles, like how we could address it to not only make your experience a little bit better, but also to help out that business owner. As a business owner myself, I know I piss off a lot of people the way we operate as a small business, but maybe if customers understood more, then they would understand why it's done this way. But I would like to hear how I could get that message across. Instead of the customer walking away unhappy and I'm walking away like y'all just don't get it, how can we relay that message to each other so it's like, oh, okay, we're on the same page. And I don't want to lose the business anyway.
Well, let me play devil's advocate, because my stance on this. So I guess when we get into it, we'll
we ain't gonna agree.
We'll explore those reasons why.
So during the show, if anybody has any questions or comments, our call-in number just to listen is 646-200-4053. And if you want to jump in on the conversation, if you want to get down my throat about why I'm operating like this, if you want to have my back, just press 1 on your keypad to join the conversation. Again, it's 646-200-4053. Press pound 1.
And also, you can connect with us on Instagram. We're not live on Instagram yet, but you can post the question under the post on Instagram, and we'll be checking it throughout the show just to while we get Facebook Live up and running. So we really want to hear your thoughts to see who agrees with me or who agrees with Miss Melissa.
Sounds good. So from my understanding, we already have someone on the call on hold right now. Do we want to bring him in?
Sure. Let's hear it.
Hello. Hi. Hi, this is Magda from Gainesville, Florida.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, from Gainesville, where we met. Yay.
There we go. What do you want to jump in about small businesses? Did you have
or you have a question?
Issues?
I was waiting till we get to the complaints about them. I'm all for small businesses. However, they have to do better in order for people to continue patronizing them. For instance, I'm from Miami, Florida, and I'm just in love with the Asian bakeries down there. Yeah. However, the issue of walking into a bakery at 10 a.m. and you do not have any Haitian patties is a problem.
And I think I know exactly which bakery she's talking about, too.
All right,
Yeah,
all
so
right.
that's a common theme.
Let's do this. I'm ready. Okay, so Magda, thank you so much for calling, and we're gonna have this honest, real talk conversation. And this one's close to my heart because, among other things, I do own a bakery.
So tell us the people why you don't have no patties at 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm already late for work. A patty's gonna make me feel better. Why you ain't got no patties?
Right.
Okay, Magda, first give me background. What time does the store open?
You know, that's another thing with the hours.
Oh, God.
They're typically supposed to be open between like 7 to 6 or 8 to 5, if I'm not mistaken, like normal business hours.
Okay.
But they kind of open when they feel they're ready. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So here's my thing. If they're open they're open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So they're getting that early morning, going to work rush. But they're truly a small business and a bakery, right? One of the biggest problems in food industry is your food cost and waste. So if you expect 40 customers to come in for the morning and you make up 60 pies, you're prepared to throw those other two because you want to keep them fresh because that's why you're coming to a small bakery. So at lunch you might make another 10 or this and that. But what happens when we're so happy, a school comes in and buys up like 60 of them. So we're already behind making those pies, then the ones for the rest of the people in for the morning. So then when you come in at 10, we're getting the next batch done because there's only like 3 people in the shop or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Like we don't.
Yeah, but that's kind of not our problem.
No, hold on. Let me finish. At a smaller bakery, a lot of times we don't have a walk-in freezer. So I know in our case we have 2 regular commercial freezer storages, but we don't have this big walk-in freezer, so we can make sure we preserve our things fresh for the entire day. And so, although it's not a problem, it's one of those if it was consistent, if it was over the course, every time I come here they don't have it. Well, yeah, they need to get it together. But if it's over the course of a month, you go there every day, and 2 or 3 days they don't have it, you're kind of dang, I know I'm getting it fresh when I get it. And then hopefully it takes looking over your sales over a month to say, hey, we need to start upping our patties, especially on Wednesdays. We need to up it on this day. Because nothing breaks our heart more than at the end of the week when we got to dump all this unused goods, So that's my explanation, and the only fix is to wait it out. Now, if you're talking about a spot that's been around, and that's just somebody who's just this is what's working for us, y'all are going to keep coming back, what you going to do about it? It sucks, but how new is the place? Is it new?
The place is not new at all. It's been around since I was a child, so.
Hey, you see what I mean? You see what I mean?
If it was 3 times a month maybe, or once in a blue moon, you go in there and they're out, that makes sense because they're small businesses. No, this occurs too often for it to be the norm. Right.
No, I get it. And that's just one of the. But I wonder how many times have we gone to Popeyes and they're out of dark meat. I just think it just looks so much worse on small businesses because we need every customer to walk through the door. But Popeyes are
no, but Popeyes, I could go to the next neighborhood to the other Popeyes and go get the dark meat. This one, I come to you for a specific thing because it's specialized. So I'm annoyed because I'm late for work, 1, and then I don't have my patty, 2, that I was craving since last night. I went to sleep thinking about this patty. That's not, We can't be hiding behind, we can't keep hiding behind the small business, I'm still growing. No, you see, she said that they've been around since she was a child. So
So I have a question. Why do you keep going back to them for the patties?
The patties are that good. They really are. So I just don't think that
okay.
They need to get it together. Yes.
That's fair. Okay, I can't help them on that. But I can't. I want to go back to the businesses. They open whenever they want. It's not that we open whenever we want.
no, it has to be consistent. Like when you're doing business, when you decide that you want to become a business owner with a physical location, you have to, it's most people on the other end, they don't want to hear excuses. They don't care if a school came and bought up all your pies. I mean, I don't care. So, you know, I know that it happens, but
want us to stay open.
No, but I know that it happens, but you run that risk of that person walking away can tarnish your business. You have a great business, you have a great product, but do you have effective time management skills? In business,
on the product, there's no argument on that because
and that's why people keep coming back. But that's why people keep coming back, but there's going to come a time when people will be like, you know what? I'll just go for the mediocre because that's consistent. People want consistency.
Right, at least I know I'm getting it. No, there's no argument for not having product on a consistent basis. Like, I get that. But not being open, if it's, again, we're getting into new business versus established business. So if we're talking about a new business, you're going to have those issues. You're going to have the issues of keeping your hours. But if you're talking about an established business, that's a business who's been opening whenever they want or not having the product, and it's been accepted, so that's what they're going to do. That's not a small business problem. That's a corporate culture. That's the way they see life. That's the way they're running their business. We need to make X amount of dollars a day. And if we run out, we still made those dollars. If we opened up an hour early, if we closed 3 hours early, we still are making that business. So I don't care about the image of things. And unfortunately, that's a sad standard, but that's not a small business issue. Now, as far as new businesses, a lot of people, you study, you know what you want to do, and then once you get into it, there's things that you don't realize or that you weren't prepared for, which is why you should find a mentor in your industry. So if you know, okay, as a small business, I can have 3 employees, and this is how I'm going to set it up, so we're open during these hours, and here we go. And then you realize that during this morning shift, it's really slow, so I'm only going to have one person there. But that person has to take out the trash. You know what they do? They lock the door, they run around to the back, they take the trash, they use the restroom. During that 7 minutes, a customer walks up, sees that the door is locked, and they're like, oh, God, see what happens? I mean, that happens, but that happens until the business owner figures out, like, oh, my God, I need to start putting a sign up that says, be right back in 5 minutes. Or when an issue comes up, because if you're a new business, I know for us, as a new business, our first day, when we first opened, we were open from 1 to 7, no problem. We just kicked off being open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. All the problems in the world because of things we would not have known until we did it through. We didn't know how long it would take for ovens to heat up. We didn't know how long. We didn't know that morning time is when inspectors come through, and when an inspector comes through, you have to lock up your doors. We didn't know this and this and this, but we aren't sure how to get that message across to the customer so they can be patient while we get through these new startup glitches. Does that make sense? And Magda, as a customer, if you came in the next day and I said, oh my goodness, I'm really sorry if you came by yesterday and we weren't open, inspector came through and we had to close for the 2 hours like you did that, would you understand or would you be like what would you want from the business owner?
No, I think I would understand if that was communicated, or maybe if there's another popular item that's requested, maybe at the time that I come in, or if I'm asking for a patty, you can say, hey, we don't have a patty, but maybe you'll like this. Would you like to try this? It's on the house if you like it, or something just to accommodate the inconvenience of driving over there and not being served.
That makes sense.
Just like when you go to restaurants and something is wrong with the meal, of course, the greater chain restaurants, they can just leave the check or give you something else.
Mm-hmm.
Which,
well, I appreciate that. I mean, you're absolutely, I'm not going to lie. We don't have a problem with product. Our biggest issue is that our hours, we haven't gotten that right. And I'm very careful on relaying that because I don't want to make it seem like I'm making an excuse. But you know what? This week, I will try it your way. I'm going to just start saying, like, hey, this is what's going on. My bad. I don't I don't do, here, have a free cupcake. No, not a free cupcake, but have a free, I don't know, something. And try to make it right. Yeah. Or even, we have a good following on social media, and nowadays that helps too. So maybe we can put out a blast of saying, hey, surprise visit from the inspector. We're open a little later, blah, blah, blah. So I hope other businesses.
Yeah, I think keeping the customer informed is nice.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you so much, Magda, for calling. If you want to jump back in on the conversation, please by all means call back. Anybody else that wants to jump in can call 646-200-4053. I guess everybody's got something on their chest because now we have another caller coming in. Are you there? No? The 954 number? Maybe.
hello?
Hello?
I think that's that's our special guest. If it's a 954 number.
Oh, okay. I think this one's a little. Okay. Well, we can.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. What was your name?
This is Mechele.
Hey, Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Just hold on for us
Hello,
for 1
ladies.
second.
Good morning.
So we are going to do the. Did you hear the conversation we were having with the last caller?
Yes, I did.
Great. Okay, so Michelle is actually our special guest. She was supposed to come on later in the show, but I'm glad she's jumping in now because she is a small business owner who can tell us a little bit about what she's doing and maybe comment a little bit on how she relays messages and throughout. So, Michelle, tell us a little bit about what services you provide.
I own an insurance and travel agency in Hallandale. We do all types of insurance. Excuse me. We prepare travel packages, cruises, vacation packages. We provide discounts for flights, hotels, car rentals. We also do credit repair.
That's awesome.
And we are located in Hallandale.
And you know what? I'm so happy that Michelle is on the line with us because the credit repair is a big thing, especially with business owners. I'll tie that back into what the previous caller said. You know, they come in, sometimes the business is not open, they don't have the product or they don't have the goods that they came in for. Do you think that it has to do with, you know, maybe not writing a proper business plan, not planning for proper overhead, maybe not foreseeing that you do need an additional staff? Like one person can't be there by themselves, especially if they need a bathroom break or, you know, administrative things that needs to be handled, baking. You know, one person some businesses can be a one-person show, but a lot of businesses cannot. So,
And a bakery can't be a one person. However, you have a growth plan. And if it's the biggest, not the biggest, one of the mistakes small businesses make is that they overhire too early. I hear new businesses start off all the time being like, dang, I need an assistant. Dang, I need an extra baker. No, you need to grind it out. You're going to be a little bit more tired. You're going to be a little bit more this, but going an extra month on one or two licensed plans as opposed to bringing on somebody, cutting your profit, and makes it unstable for the long term. So I higher. And this isn't just for small businesses. I'll tell you what drives me crazy is going into Walmart and seeing a line down the aisle, and yet you have 20 registers closed. And you're like, why can't you bring on more people during this shift? And you have to realize that I bring in somebody and I pay them for 4 to 8 hours to run a register when it's only this busy for 30 minutes. That overhead is what drives prices up. So if I already have people, you can go to Walmart and get a cupcake for 79 cents. You're coming to a specialty bakery and you're getting a cupcake for $3 or $4. If you want me to hire an extra person, so to cover, we got to run out for trash, we got to run it back for break, that cupcake is now just jumped up to $6. But that's not doable.
But isn't it? Don't you know that when you start a business, the first or second or even second year, depending on how lucrative your business is, you're not going to make that money. So you already have to prepare for that. You have to prepare for, okay, you know what? I might end up throwing away 50 plates of food. But that's what it is when you decide that you want to become a business owner or entrepreneur in that type of business. Your profits and your loss. I mean, that's something you have to consider and you have to evaluate. I heard someone say that, you don't really need a business plan to start a business. You could start the business, but the business plan is kind of like an outline, and projections. It might not go exactly how it's stated in the business plan, but at least you have an idea, like you have a foresight. You know what you're getting yourself into. Have you observed the industry that you want to go into?
Well, going into what you said, Rose, you and I tell people that I consult with, don't plan for the loss. You plan for the win. Don't say, okay, I'm going into business, and you need to make your life and your business situated to know that at the end of the first 12 months, you're still going to be in the red. No, you plan to win. You don't plan for the fail.
You're not planning to fail. You're just being realistic. You're not planning to fail, but you're being realistic in, like, okay, this is a backup plan just in case something goes wrong. Because everything doesn't go according to plan all the time. But just in case, this is what I'm going to look at if something goes wrong or if I do lose. But I'm going in to win.
Perfect segue to Mechele. Because a good way to plan for the win but prepare for the loss is business insurance. So, like, I know with my business insurance, there are certain things that are covered. And I hope I'm not saying this. Give me an example, and Mechele, I hope I'm not putting you on the spot, but give me an example, because I was going to throw out one, but I'm like, dang, is that my business insurance, or go ahead and pay an extra $1,000 this year for insurance, so when these things happen, I'm still ending in the first year in the black. Mechele, you jump in and tell me if I'm explaining why you should get business insurance is the best way.
Yes, that is a very good reason to get business insurance. Say, for instance, the last hurricane, a lot of businesses had to close down for a few days. If you have that special endorsement on that business coverage, you would be able to recover a percentage. They do not give you 100% of what you lost, but they would give you a percentage for those days where you had to close down, while the entire state was closed down. So you will be compensated for that, along with not having power, because you can't operate if you don't have power. So if you didn't get power back for a week, that whole week you had no business going on. So that's where the business insurance comes in.
Absolutely. Now, Mechele, we're going to have to go to break. Our engineers are like flipping out at us right now, which is a good thing. So if you could stay on hold, because I have a few questions coming in on this end about business insurance, if you can stay hold until after the break in a couple of minutes, and we'll get right back to you.
Absolutely.
Anybody else that wants to call in, the number is 646-200-4053. Just press pound 1, and of course you can hit us on Instagram and Facebook, and we'll read out your questions if you're unable to call. We'll be right back. focused on putting that message through. Is Michelle still on the line? Michelle, are you there? Well, if you can hear us, Michelle, give us a call back and just jump right in, because I have a few messages that came through asking about business insurance. We want to.
Can you hear me?
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, here she is.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I told you, we're having a glitchy day. I'm letting you know right now. So I just got a message through on our end that's asking, is business insurance like health insurance, where not everybody can get it? Not everyone's approved. I'm not sure what they mean by that.
No, business insurance, if you have a valid business that's incorporated, that's fully functioning, you can get business insurance. Depending on the type of business you have, it may take a little longer than normal to get you a rate, but anyone can access that coverage.
Awesome. So what if, like, if you're down in Florida right now, you're in the middle of hurricane season, can you say, dang, I just heard the show, she made a good point about power, let me go ahead and call up right now, or maybe like, nah, you're going to have to wait till these hurricanes pass and get it after the season, or is it still okay?
It is okay to have liability insurance now. It's okay to have business insurance right now. The hurricane has no effect on that type of commercial insurance. It only affects the personal side, like homes and cars.
Awesome.
So with business, you're okay. You can get it.
Then there's another part of insurance that both Rose and I will definitely give hallelujah testifying to. Business insurance is not just for people with a brick and mortar. Rose and I both do events, and if you hire us to come and do your wedding or do an event elsewhere, then we can pull insurance for your venue that day. So explain how like day of insurance goes, or just for this purpose insurance goes.
That is referred to as a special event insurance, and you can get it at an amount starting at $100,000. It depends on what the venue requires you to have. You can have coverage up to $5 million. It is a one-day policy that goes from 12:01 a.m. to 12:01 the next day. You can get it for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And it just covers that event for the length of time that you will have that event going.
Well, the concert you did, they required you to have the insurance, right?
Yep. And I certainly called Mechele up, and she was able to give me the insurance the same day for me to bring in to them, because they asked for proof of it, so that you can list the venue as the beneficiary of
additional insured
on the certificate.
On the certificate of insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So
correct.
When I hear about a business that went under because something happened at their event, and I'm thinking to myself, for a few $100s, which would have been like 5 ticket sales for that event, you could have had insurance that would have covered everything. I'm just like, that's
absolutely.
That's absolutely crazy.
Let's change gears a little bit. What about credit, Mechele? How important is credit as a business owner?
It is very important to have credit as a business owner, because it affords you the ability to get, if you need to get loans, to get reserves for maybe payroll or for inventory, it allows you to be able to have access to that quickly. If you have a low score, then that means you're a high risk. And a lot of companies will not take that risk on you.
Yeah.
So credit is extremely important.
So let's say I have a low score. Is it too late? Like, does that mean that my dreams of becoming a business owner is now null and void because my score is low? Is there any way to
Because what? I'm
rectify
sorry?
it?
I'm sorry, you're going in and out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I said that, let's say I have bad credit. I have a, I don't know, 300 score. Um, is it able to be rectified? Do I have to just abandon my dreams of becoming a business owner because of my credit?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We repair credit here. We go through a company called Financial Education Services. And this company, they have credit attorneys and paralegals that work on your credit report diligently to get your scores up. You can start seeing improvements within 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
They can remove foreclosures, bankruptcies, liens, late payments, student loans, repossessions, and the great thing about it is done legally and in a trustworthy manner.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
And let me just go ahead and say part of the ugly of starting a business, I don't care how great your credit is, when you start a business, your credit's going to drop. Because everyone has this misconception that, oh, if I open a business, I'm going to get all this stuff under my business credit. Well, you just started a business, you don't have business credit, so you're dinging your personal credit. So I know, like, anytime, whether I'm going to any of my vendors that I need to open up with, and they say, oh, we'll open up your business credit, I ask them, will you have to pull my personal credit? They all say yes, because they try to do it first on just your business, but if you're a new business, you have no credit. So one of the things that affects your credit is a bunch of inquiries. And when you start a new business, all you're doing is racking up inquiries. And so, yeah, it might not drop a ton, but most cases it's going to drop a significant amount. If I could go back to when I first started, I would have been working with a credit repair from jump, although my credit was good, so that as I started getting those inquiries in, they could handle getting them off or getting them explained or whatever they do to make it like my credit be okay, at the time of when I first opened. So, and let's face it, you never need cash when you have it. So in the beginning, when you're like, oh, I have an 800 credit score, let me open up this business, you get all these inquiries, all these things, you hit your first credit crunch, you go to that bank that loves you when you open up your business account, and now your credit score is low 600, and they're like, yeah, we can give you this $300 credit card. And you're like, wait, what? And it's one of those, if you're working with a company like Mechele during that, then you could still get treated as that 800 credit score. Like, I'm straight up testimonial when it comes to working out your credit while you're going through this. So I get it completely.
Absolutely.
And let's let our listeners know that Mechele does not only do credit repair with aspiring business owners or small business owners, but anyone can call her and she'll give you the rundown of what to expect, the process, and go from there to get on the road, whether it's home ownership, whether it's buying a car or open up a business. She can direct you to getting your credit all the way together.
Mechele, how does someone reach you? What's your numbers as well as your sites or emails? What can you give us to have us and our listeners know how to reach you?
My telephone number at the office is 954-989-9141.
And it's not only limited to Florida listeners, it's nationwide, correct?
Yes, it is open to nationwide.
That's what's up. So we'll make sure to re-put that number and your contact information on our Facebook and Instagram. But
thank you.
Having a one-stop resource for someone who can talk to you about insurance, as well as credit repair, and of course travel is a wonderful thing. So we hope you reach out to her. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank
Rose,
you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes. All right, so just in case any of you guys missed that number, it's British West Travel and Insurance and Credit Fix. The number is 954-989-9141. Ask for Mechele, and she'll get you on the right path to great credit.
And I believe we had somebody on hold with more questions, and we lost them.
Okay, we'll take this listener, and then we'll go to a commercial break and come back.
Yeah. If you want to call back, the number is 646-200-4053. You can press #1. Again, that's 646-200-4053. Today we're talking about small businesses, the pros, the cons, and everything in between. Rose, give us another pro or con to talk about while we try to get the other caller back on.
Well, let's talk about the good. When you patronize small businesses, or franchises, I like the fact that the business owner, it's more personable. It's more like whether it's service based or goods based, the owner or the operator or the manager, they go above and beyond to cater to you. And yeah, you might go to major stores and they're nice and they have great customer service, but to have someone cater to you, it's amazing. And you feel like y'all not friends, but yeah, I know you,
Yeah.
And I think
like you cousins.
what is that show? I used to be really young and my mom used to watch it. Cheers. You know, people like going somewhere where everybody knows their name.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah.
So, and especially it's like this across the board, but in DC, we like to be exclusive. We like to be, we like to feel like we VIP, and just having that when I walk in the room, you know me, or either someone hits me up and they're like, "Oh, we have your specialty today. We got your favorite in."
Yeah.
And you suddenly feel like we VIP. You can't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah, you walk in.
Else that comes in.
Yeah, you walk in. Oh, Rose, I know what to get you. They get you don't even have to say anything. They get your order right away. And people love that. People love that personalization. They love the fact that you took the time and you remember to know their name, to know their kid's name, to know their order. I just think that that's what makes small businesses so unique, that they're small in a sense that they can cater to people individually instead of getting lost in a sea of customers. And it's like, okay, next.
Bigger companies that apply that neighborhood or small business vibe, that's where it makes them a plus. So Starbucks, of course, is this massive company that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Everybody in a city who's a coffee drinker and goes to Starbucks, they have their Starbucks. So I will pass by 4 different Starbucks to go to my Starbucks on P Street, where I walk in, they say what's up, they ask me about how my date went last night, this and that, because they know me, and they know to add the extra shot of espresso, they know this, they know that, and it's that neighborhood quality feel. And they purposely built their company to feel that way. That's why although they jack it up, that's why they put the name on the cup. So that way they call you out and they're like, "Oh, Melissa, your drink's ready," and you feel all, "Look at me now." Oh, come on now. Either way, that's what works. That's what people need to feel, which is really disappointing when sometimes our small businesses forget that's why we're coming to them. We want to have that neighborly, not even that good neighborly, just that personal feel, even if it isn't good. There is a Jamaican restaurant here in DC. She makes the best curry goat, best oxtails, this and that. That lady is mean, but she loves you and she knows that she appreciates her patrons because she's mean to you. If you walk in that door and she don't speak and this and that, it's fine. She's not like the soup Nazi from Seinfeld, but she's very much so like, I'll walk in there and she's like, where you been at? Like, what's your problem? You don't like my food no more? And you kind of feel bad for not being there.
Yeah.
But she's definitely what's up. So I like that. So,
did our caller call back in?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But that's good. If you still have time to call in, number 646-200-4053. Press pound 1 on your keypad if you want to join in the conversation, or you can just dial in 646-200-4053 to listen in, or join us on Instagram. Sorry we didn't get Facebook up live together, but we're here. We'll have it ready for next week.
And I also think that we should carry this same topic into next week, because next week is a travel business show. So I think that because we didn't get to go through a lot of the pros, we talked about the cons for the majority of the show, but I think that we should get into more of the pros. And I think that going on this travel trip where we will be together, it will even further highlight why we love patronizing small businesses. And I know I could go get a jarred fudge from Publix, but I want to drive 30 minutes out to go to Mrs. T's and get her fudge, because I know her fudge is made with love. So, that'll be so interesting for you guys to have a sneak peek in how we prepare to travel, and we go miles and miles away to patronize small businesses because of that personalization, because of the quality that is put in that product. And, everyone loves going to where everybody knows your name. I need to find that clip. For Cheers.
If you're currently not following us on Instagram and Facebook, please do. We're so excited about what we're putting into next week's episode that there's going to be a lot leading up to it. Me and Rose are just alike, but as y'all see, we definitely vary in a lot of ways, not only on ideas but our lives. So preparing for a going out of town business trip is different on both sides. With the kids to get to the school, and there's a lot of prep going into it and whatnot. And so we're going to show how we do it. We're going to give tips. We're going to do a lot. So our social media is definitely going to get live starting practically tomorrow. So by all means, if you're not following us, please follow us now. Now we're to one of my favorite parts of the show: our rant or rave, our Kanye rant or our Cardi B get hyped. Let Rose kick this off. Rose, explain to people who are just coming to the show, new to it, what these are, and then tell us what you got this week.
Okay, so Cardi hype is, how like when Cardi first got her new car, and she was like one of the first female rappers to make it in the top spot, right? On the list. She was so hype, and you couldn't help but to be so happy for her. So that's what we tagged our Cardi hype moment, or something that gets under your skin so much you have to rant about it. We call it a Kanye rant. That part where he was with Sway and was saying, "How, Sway? How?" So, but today I want to get hype. I know I had something else. I told Melissa yesterday it was something else I was hyped about. But did you see the dress last night? You know what dress I'm talking about. The dress from the main event. What? What? Keisha's dress was so... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I know you watched.
Everything was on point. I was so sleepy. I was like, I really need to go to bed. But I'm like, her dress and the decor and just, oh my goodness. And it was in Miami, my hometown. Woo! But it was just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful,
The
beautiful.
event planner and her lost her mind, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness. It was just...
She had her dog named Lucy, y'all. So this girl is... Don't let the professionalism fool you. Love that crap. But no, I heard a lot about the dress. And I heard that actually the show is all of this, like, black love and the diamonds and everything else all great. So...
And the reason why I love the story so much is because, you know, a lot of times, of course, a lot of the men that do go to jail, prison, they don't have what Gucci has. But for him to overcome that and come out winning and not just be another statistic, it just was the cherry on top. So, yeah. That's my get hype moment.
I was just hype. That was a good
I was just so excited.
Posted the picture on our Instagram. If not, we'll make sure to add it in. We only have a couple of minutes out, so I don't know if we have time to really get into mine, which is okay because I'm not sure if it's a good hype or if it's a rant or not.
We have time. 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. And it fits into what we were talking about, small businesses. So the good part about small business is that we're personalized to accommodate the customer. But people forget that we are a person too. I have one day of the week that I do not work. That is on Sundays. There will be no posts on social media. There will be no emails sent on Sundays. That's my me time, unless it's late at night to wrap up towards the new week and to prepare for the new week. Then I might get to work. So I had a new client that was referred to me for marketing reach out to me, and they're like, can we meet on Sunday? I said, I don't meet on Sunday. They felt some kind of way. As a small business, I should get hungry to get to a business. And if Sunday's the only day they can meet, I should make an accommodation. I should make it work. There's 10 other marketing firms on Connecticut Avenue. You call up their presidents, none of them are coming in on Sunday. But I'm smaller, and for some reason, you feel like I should come in on a Sunday. I felt some sort of way, but I'm not going to lie, I did come in. So I was torn over, like, dang, I want to rant, this isn't right, but I did it to do, I wonder if I could have done it. I wonder if the rant could be towards it. I am hungry, so I have mixed feelings about my rant. I'm kind of ranting about myself, I think. And especially during the meeting when they said, oh, I'll be off on Wednesday. I was like, so you mean you could send me Wednesday, right? So, but I let it go. So that's my rant. Would you have gone in, Rose?
Absolutely not. Just because, like you said, we do need a day to unplug and unwind. And if your event is on a day like on a Sunday, I don't mind doing it. Like if I take you on, I don't mind doing it. But if you haven't even hired me yet, and this is just a consultation, okay, please refer to my opening hours, my business hours, and let's see what day is the best for us both to do it. If you absolutely cannot wait and you absolutely want me to do it, okay, let's do a phone consultation. Give me a brief synopsis of what you would like me to do, and then I'll take it, and when we meet up, I'll have everything ready for you to go.
Next time I got them. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming in today. So it's awesome. I'm looking forward to continuing this conversation on social media and next week and everything else. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
The world needs change, but they spent that $2 make you change. I can sense that but I'm moving in this place like I rent that I'ma give it to you straight like a stiff back. Same old thing, just a different day. They lie about change like the presidential campaign. Running for my vote, I'm hoping I don't waste it. One human race.